It's from there, from a year ago to where he is today. It's amazing.
Yeah, he has come on leaps and bounds, definitely in his mentality, Daniel Dubois. That's clear to see. Does it still, I know at the time it was really frustrating you, does it still get to you a little bit, what happened that night?
No, look, it's gone. But I think it's the making of him. That's up to you to be your own referee. Because something don't go your way, you grit your teeth and you get on with it. And that's what he's done in his last couple of fights. He gritted his teeth and shown what he's all about. I think Daniel gave Usyk more of a problem.
Heavyweight powerhouses Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois are gearing up for a major showdown on September 21, a bout that could significantly impact the division. Joshua will take on Dubois, the reigning IBF heavyweight champion, with a chance to claim his third world title. A win for Joshua could open the door for a much-anticipated rematch with Alexander Usyk, reigniting one of boxing's most intense rivalries. Experts suggest that while Joshua is still in his prime, his recent maturity and refined skills give him a strategic edge. This high-stakes fight is poised to shape the heavyweight division's future, with lasting repercussions for both fighters' careers.
How many right-handers did he catch with? I was getting stuff watching how many right-handers he got caught with, and we've been talking about it. That's resilience. I still think, I'm going to bang on about Usyk. He gave Usyk his toughest fight up until the fight with Tyson. That was a tough night for Usyk at the end of the day, and then unfortunately what happened, and I think that was more about the frustration of what was going on with the referee, but it's irrelevant.
In his last two fights, he's delivered outstanding performances, showcasing skill and grit that capture the crowd's admiration. Legacy in boxing is more than titles. It's about the lasting impact fighters leave, their struggles, and the perseverance that fans remember long after the final bell. Each heavyweight match brings power and intensity, with every punch capable of ending the bout in an instant. As fans leave the arena, they carry the memory of each maneuver, and one fighter's skill stands out, solidifying his place in the sport's legacy.
He's matured, and over the last few years he's had some great experience, and it's all gelling for him. He's had two really good performances.
As the arena buzzes with excitement, you stand tall, arms raised in victory. Across the ring, the defeated challenger gathers himself, already contemplating the daunting path back to glory and the hope of one day claiming the title of the greatest of all time. Daniel Dubois is set to face his toughest opponent yet, Anthony Joshua, crowned world champion on June 26. For Dubois, this fight represents more than just a title. It's an opportunity to cement his status and settle what he views as an unresolved injustice from his previous bout with Alexander Usyk. This high-stakes clash isn't just about championship gold. It's a shot at redemption and a chance to strengthen his claim to boxing greatness.
Yeah. Free time doesn't inspire you?
Oh yeah, silently it does. I've got the belts plastered around my room. Not the ones that I fought for, but small little token ones, just to keep my mind in tune with what the goal is, but just him. I don't focus on the belt.
Belts line my room, not the ones I'd fought for, but symbolic ones, reminders of my ultimate goal. For Joshua, this fight represents a chance to reclaim his title and set up a challenge for Usyk, aiming to become the undisputed champion. For Dubois, it's a pivotal opportunity to showcase his talent and prove he belongs among boxing's elite. Fans are in for a thrilling showdown, as both fighters stand at critical points in their careers. Joshua, known for his ferocious knockout power, has conquered many with his relentless pursuit of victory, while Dubois adopts a more measured approach, using a jab reminiscent of Sonny Liston. The clash of these distinct styles elevates the stakes, as this fight could deeply impact their respective paths and the balance of power in the heavyweight division.
How many right-handers did he catch with? I was getting stuff watching how many right-handers he got caught with, and we've been talking about it. That's resilience. I still think, I'm going to bang on about Usyk. He gave Usyk his toughest fight up until the fight with Tyson. That was a tough night for Usyk at the end of the day, and then unfortunately what happened, and I think that was more about the frustration of what was going on with the referee, but it's irrelevant. He's got.
Anthony Joshua steps into the ring this time as the underdog. Since his loss to Usyk on August 20, 2022, he's rebounded with impressive victories, defeating Jermaine Franklin, Robert Helenius, Francis Ngannou, and most recently Otto Wallin. At 34, Joshua has faced doubts from rivals questioning his technical skills, an issue he acknowledged after his fight with Usyk. Reflecting on that time, he admitted, "I was going through difficult times and felt like I had been resurrected. I feel like I'm in the light again and I'm ready to fight." Despite his long reign at the top, Joshua senses that now is his time to reclaim his role as a champion. He's taken a new approach to training, teaming up with Coach Ben Davidson, a move that signals both a fresh start and his readiness to fulfill his legacy as one of boxing's elites.
But before, I was in a dark place and I was going through some stuff, but I feel like I've been resurrected now, and I'm in the light again and I'm ready to fight. And he's been the king for a while, and he's been the king for a long time, in fact. But you know what? I feel like it's my time, and I'm a king slayer, and I've got to do that.
This alliance with Coach Ben Davison has reignited Joshua's drive, giving him fresh insight as he prepares for one more major push on the global stage before facing Daniel Dubois. Drawing on his wealth of experience in high-stakes bouts, Joshua enters the ring as the favored contender, fully aware that a win would secure him a third world championship belt and pave the way for historic fights, possibly an epic Battle of Britain showdown with Tyson Fury or a potential trilogy with Alexander Usyk. As Daniel Dubois steps into the ring, he carries the hopes of many fans. Despite the IBF officially recognizing him as champion, this fight marks his true homecoming in the eyes of the boxing world. Dubois previously faced Usyk, a bout surrounded by controversy, and ultimately lost. Now, with 8 fewer years and considerably less experience than Joshua, he finds himself at a critical point. Securing victory here could redefine the heavyweight division and reshape the future for British fighters. A win would not only elevate Dubois to superstardom, but also solidify his standing among boxing's elite. In his last fight against Filip Prgovic, Dubois' defense came into question as he was repeatedly caught by right hands in the early rounds. Observers noted his struggles, emphasizing the importance of tightening his defense as he steps into this career-defining match with Joshua. Victory here could open a new chapter for the heavyweight division and potentially redefine the path for upcoming fighters in Britain.
With all due respect, you don't underestimate anyone, but I know boxing very well. All this stuff that we talk about, I study Daniel, and I look at some of the things that he says, his characteristics, his boxing talent, his upbringing and so on. All of it's irrelevant. Is he ready? Everything I tell you now is irrelevant. He will see.
Anthony Joshua enters this bout at a pivotal moment in his career. After giving Usyk one of his toughest fights, until Usyk's bout with Tyson Fury, Joshua is still considered one of the most resilient fighters in the division. His loss to Usyk was marked by frustration, especially with the referee, but he has since moved past it. Now he faces a crucial test where defeat could significantly hinder his path to a title. And after 2 years of rebuilding his career and changing trainers, even his retirement could become a topic of discussion if he falls short. This match may be Joshua's last chance to prove he is still the powerhouse that once unified the heavyweight division from 2016 to 2019. Meanwhile, Daniel Dubois is eager to showcase his full potential against an elite opponent. A loss here, however, could paint him as someone who struggles to perform at the highest level. Despite his talent, Dubois has faced setbacks, with losses to Joe Joyce and Alexander Usyk impacting his career trajectory. Defeat in this bout at the age of 26 might raise questions about his determination and commitment, and whether he can truly stand out in the heavyweight ranks as a top competitor.
When, who knows? But I think he's just He's big, he's strong, and not to say Daniel isn't at all. But I just think AJ's just slightly sharper. Again, been in the game a little bit longer, a bit more used to the big stage, the big events. So again, not to take away anything from Daniel, he's had some massive fights himself, but just that level of comfort of being sat in that kind of moment, I think AJ.
Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois are at very different points in their boxing careers. Dubois, who recently won the World Championship, is savoring his newfound success. In contrast, Joshua, the seasoned fighter with a colorful background, is determined to make amends and reclaim his place at the top. Despite the mutual respect between them, Joshua is keenly aware of the challenges Dubois faces, particularly concerning the young contender's self-perception of his boxing talent and upbringing. However, Joshua remains focused on one key question: is Dubois truly ready? The upcoming fight on September 21st is set to be a defining battle where the ultimate determinant won't just be raw strength or experience, but the fighter's unyielding determination. Joshua has one clear goal: to prove that he still has what it takes to compete at the highest level. If he defeats the rejuvenated Dubois, he will remain on track to become a 3-time heavyweight champion, with a spectacular all-British showdown for the IBF heavyweight title on the horizon. The 34-year-old Joshua will face 26-year-old Dubois at Wembley Stadium in London. And as the much-anticipated clash approaches, Joshua is focused on reclaiming one of the 3 titles he once held. Dubois, who was recently elevated from interim champion to full IBF title holder, has certainly proven his potential. However, Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter and Matchroom Boxing chairman, knows that this is no easy fight. Hearn acknowledges the strength of Dubois, describing the bout as fiercely contested since both men are at the peak of their careers and exude confidence. Despite the challenges, Hearn remains optimistic about Joshua's prospects. He believes that while Dubois is a formidable opponent,